Hi, and welcome to the Disney Princess Club. I'm Nathanna, and I'm an illustrator and visual development artist. I have been working on some very exciting projects for Disney for the past couple of years, and today I'm going to be showing you how to draw the Snow White character from the Tales of Courage and Kindness book. So let me teach you how to draw the Snow White character from the Tales of Courage and Kindness book. I always start my drawings with the head of the character. For Snow White, her head has that heart-shaped design because she has that very distinctive look from the 30s. It's funny, I found a model sheet of her construction, and it's basically the same shape as Mickey Mouse. That's kind of what I did there. What I'm showing to you here is my own version of Snow White, my own interpretation. But you at home, you're free to work to draw the version your imagination allows. Give it a shot and create your own version of her. Her mouth is very delicate. On the original cartoon, it's almost like a heart. It's very small and very delicate. It's a very subtle smile. She has that kind of an ethereal look. She's very tranquil. She's very calm. As you can see, I'm using my computer to create this drawing because it's easier for me and it's easier to show each stage of the process. But you at home, you can use paper, you can use your crayons, your pencils. The only important thing to use, the only obligatory thing to use is your imagination. Whenever you make a mistake, you can use your eraser, you can use whatever materials are available to you, your own pencil, your own materials you have at home. You can use it and go create wonderful art. The story of how I became an artist is kind of funny because I went to law school. I graduated from law school a few years ago. It wasn't exactly in my plans, but I've always loved to draw. It was something that I've been doing ever since I was a baby. It was meant to be. After I graduated, I realized I couldn't work with anything else other than art. Yeah, so this stage of the process is it's basically just, it's like a blueprint. It's like the very, very initial blueprint. It's like kind of an experimental part because you need to kind of draw what feels right. Like here in this part, I was going to place her hand up. But then I decided to change it and she would be holding her skirt with both hands. You don't need to show all the 5 fingers on each hand. For most cases, if you use 3 or 4 fingers, it's enough because you need to show the movement, but you don't have to define it. As you can see, mistakes are something very, very recurring. It's okay, it's perfectly okay to make mistakes. Well, her skirt is very flowy. The lines are very smooth. The drawing as a whole, there are no hard lines. Even her arms, they're very smooth. So for the skirt, a larger curve line at the bottom for the hemline, and on her waist, 2 more curve lines to kind of create the shape of her body, and then going up to where her hands are holding the skirt. I really like her shoes, the little bows. at the top. They're very distinctive. Shoes are very, very important part of their outfits. I think because of her nature, Snow White is so gentle, and she cares about animals, and she's the one who started it all. She's important for that legacy. We wouldn't have the Disney princesses if it weren't for her. So the rough part of the drawing is finished, and now I'm gonna start refining it with the ink brush. Traditionally on animation, the artists would use something called line of action, which is a very simple line just to show the basic direction, the pose, and so, but without erasing the rough sketch below it, so people could see the process of creating that image. So Snow has these very delicate features. It's kind of my style. She's not exactly like this in the movie, but the eyebrows are also very distinctive. She has that sweet look on her face. I chose this pose because it emphasizes her sweet, optimistic nature, and because she's also a great dancer, as we can see from her scene with the dwarves after dinner. I love that scene. So her sleeves have also this, it's like a tear, and it's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Snow White, is the little bow on her head and the sleeves. In the Tales of Courage and Kindness book, what I like the most, her characteristics, the ones that are more commonly associated with her, that she was sweet, that she is good-hearted and optimistic. And on the book we had the chance to also kind of play with her more courageous side. Well, she was braver in this new version, and we were able to combine her original qualities with this new side of her more protective side. People often say that Snow White, she's just waiting for the prince to rescue her, but I don't agree with that. I was rewatching, and I don't know, she displays great courage. She goes on her own, she runs into the forest, she makes new friends, she kind of takes this huge leap from being stuck there with the evil queen, and she makes this new life for her own. She's very courageous, I think. This is also a very distinctive feature of her outfit, the collar. As Snow White is wearing her cape, her collar and her cape, when she's out picking flowers. Let's just put some more wrinkles here at her dress. Okay, so now I'm gonna start a very simple painting of this sketch, just with her iconic colors. The yellow for her skirt and for her shoes, the blues for her sleeves and for her bodice, the red of her cape and her headband, her ribbon, and let's see Snow White come to life. This kind of painting that I'm using here that resembles watercolor is the most simple, because you can use water and maybe those color pencils that you paint it and then you add water. But you at home, you can use crayons, your pencils, all kinds of colored pencils can have this effect. Snow says that every day is an opportunity to make new friends. I love that because, yeah, life is all about the friends you make along the way, especially the dwarfs. I wish I had friends like those. I love this part of adding the blush. All my artworks have these very pink or red cheeks and nose, so that's the part I like. It's a fun fact that all the frames used in the movie, especially the backgrounds, they were all painted by hand. So there were a lot of artists involved in bringing this movie to life. It's amazing. It's an amazing movie. Well, I hope you had fun drawing with me today. I know I did. Thank you so much for watching the Disney Princess Club. I'm Nathanna. Bye!